Hello. Hi. Sveiki. My name is Baiba and I teach Latvian as a foreign language. And today we will talk about demonstrative pronouns tas, tā, tie, tās, and in all forms. So let me make a full screen. So I'm sure you've seen, if you've been studying Latvian at least a little bit, because in level A1 we're already learning at the first classes, these demonstrative pronouns tas, tā, tie, and tās. So what does it mean? What is it? That a demonstrative pronoun, tas, tā, tie, tās, are words in English that or those. The plural forms will be those, tie, tās, and tas, tā will be that, and also I say we could translate it as it as well. And this, what's different from English, these demonstrative pronouns we can use when we talk about living beings or objects. So therefore, when we talk about humans or human beings, then it will be used similarly to viņš, viņa, viņi, viņas. Instead of viņš, viņa, viņa, viņas, we could say tas, tā, ties, tās. For the objects and animals, we would need to use tas, tā, tie, tās, and not viņš, viņa, viņa, viņas. But to be honest, we do that a lot and all the time. So then, after the demonstrative pronoun, tas, tā, tie, tās, always we will use, if there is an adjective afterwards, it will be with the definite ending. So definite adjective will be used after the demonstrative pronoun. And also demonstrative pronouns tas, tā, tie, tās are usually used to refer to the previous or next information in the same text. So sometimes we don't need to repeat the noun again. As long as we understand we're still talking about the same noun, we can replace it with the demonstrative pronoun. So, next, I lost my video. Nominative. The base form is tas, tā, singular, tie, tās, plural. The tas, something that's masculine and singular, tā, what's feminine and singular, and tie, masculine and plural, and tās, feminine and plural. And make sure you have a distinction between these two, the pronunciation wise. This is very short, tas, tas, and this is tās, tās. Next, for example, tas ir dators, un tā ir mana māsa. Because māsa is a feminine noun, I use tā, dators, masculine noun, and I use tas. Tie ir mani draugi, un tie ir kāzu žurnāli. Tie, because of draugi, friends, un wedding magazines, in her hands. Tad tie and žurnāli. Tā ir mugursoma, again mugursoma, backpack, feminine noun. Tas ir mans brālis, and that's my brother. Tās ir puķes, so feminine plural, puķes, so tās, un tās ir līgavas māsas. Run away. Līgavas māsas, tad bridesmaids, and several of them. Atbild uz jautājumiem, so answer my questions. Vai jums garšo tas saldējums? Just try to use it in the answer the demonstrative pronoun. And if you can use the color as well, then remember the color will have a definite ending. Then, vai jums patīk tā ēka? Do you like the building? Yeah. Vai jūs interesē tie kursi? Are you interested in those courses? Vai jums ir tās atslēgas? Do you have those keys? Write down your answers, stop the video, write down your answers, and if you want me to check, just send me an email or comment on YouTube. Next, genitive case. So demonstrative pronoun always will follow the noun. Yeah, like it does with the genders and singular and plural forms. Same happens to the cases. So if the noun is in a different case, so the demonstrative pronoun also will have the same case as the noun it describes, yeah, or gives us information about. So now masculine singular, it was tas in nominative, changes to ta. Feminine will look like plural, yeah. Tas, ta changes to tas. Now it's a genitive, singular genitive form, to the possessive form. And plural genitive will be to for both genders. Now let's see how it looks in the sentences. Tā datora soma ir zila. The sentence is soma ir zila. The bag is blue. Then we use a noun. The computer's bag is blue. And then we also add that computer's bag is blue. Yeah, tā datora. So it matches this noun, which is dators, is in the genitive form, so tā also. Puisis ir tā vīrieša dēls. The puisis, the guy, is son of that man. Or in Latin we say that man's son. Again, vīrieša dēls and that man. So we would use the genitive form. Tās jaukās meitenes vārds ir Anna. Tad the girl's name is Anna. And that nice girl's name is Anna. And jaukās, as you can see, it's not jauka, but it's definite adjective and also in genitive case, because it also must be in agreement with the noun it describes. So, jaukās meitenes vārds. Tās somas krāsa ir melna. Tad you can say color is black of that bag or that bag's color is black. Tās somas, the genitive forms. Plural. To žurnālu cena ir 10 eiro. So the price of those magazines are 10 euros. Pagājušajā nedēļas nogalē mēs bijām to draugu kāzās. So last weekend we were at the wedding of those friends. To sarkano kurpju izmērs ir 38. So the size of those red shoes is 38. A lot of matching. Yeah? To kurpju. Adjective, definite ending, sarkano. These endings match, you see? Yeah. Then, a dative case. Dative is popular with the letter M in the endings, yeah? And actually it matches also the noun endings, yeah? If you know, for example, viņš, viņam, vai autobusam, yeah, then the is there. Viņa, viņai, māja, mājai, yeah, as you can see, is the same endings. And in plural, tiem, autobusiem, viņiem, un viņām, māsām. So the endings actually, except the letter T, yeah, the rest matches the noun endings and also the viņš and viņa. So it's tam. Maybe that helps to remember better, right? That there is some similarities. It's just a letter T in front. Tam, tai, tiem, and tām. So tam datoram ir jauna baterija. Yeah, dative forms as always we use to create have or has something. So that computer has new battery. Es palīdzu tai sievietei. So we use dative after certain verbs like palīdzēt, when the recipient is in the dative form. So I help a woman. Es palīdzu tai sievietei. I'm helping that woman. Es domāju par tiem draugiem. So I'm thinking about those friends, kas nesen apprecējās, who recently got married. So I'm thinking about those friends who recently got married. Tām sievietēm ir skaistas kurpes. Those women has beautiful shoes. Vai tām kurpēm ir laba cena? Does the shoes has a good price? Does those shoes has a good price? Have a good price. And masculine forms. Tam vīrietim ir talantīgs dēls. That man has a talented son. Tai kafijai vajag piebērt cukuru. So we need to add sugar to that coffee. And the dative forms. Accusative. Again, we have to for both. Remember, we had to also for the genitive forms, but then it was a plural, right? This time it's in accusative singular. To for both genders. And plural, so masculine's easy, we add s to make it plural. Tos, and feminine plural actually doesn't change, it stays like nominative. TAS. Yeah, remember that's always, with the nouns and also with the demonstrative pronouns. Nominative and accusative is the same. Now, for example, es pirkšu to dārgo datoru. So I will buy that expensive computer. To datoru. Expensive is an adjective and therefore it has a definite ending. As you can see, the ending match. To dārgo. To sievietis pazīstu jau sen. So that woman I know already a long time. Tos žurnālus es nekad nelasu. So those magazines I never read. Tos es pērku draudzenei. See, tos in this sentence, so it reflects back to the žurnālus. I'm not repeating those magazines I'm buying for my friend. I'm not repeating žurnālus, and I didn't skip the noun. We just saying those I buy for my friend, and it's absolutely fine in Latin language. And we do that often. As long as we know what we're talking about, we don't have to repeat the noun. We can simply replace it with the demonstrative pronoun in correct form. So what is the form? The verb will dictate, Es nevaru aizmirst tās kurpes. I can't forget those shoes. Man tās vajag. I need them. I need those. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not, as always, I'm not an English language specialist, so I hope you get an idea. The verb vajadzēt, vajag, I need, ask for accusative afterwards. And we have the tendency to use two pronouns in a row. So man tās vajag. And we could actually say the sentence also, man vajag tās. Locative. Long endings in the locative. Tātad tajā, and for both genders, and plural different. Tajos un tajās. And again, those who've been studying more will recognize the same endings. Ajā, ajos, ajās we use for ordinal numbers and definite adjectives. Look, dators ir tajā zilajā somā. So the computer is in that blue bag. So in that, tajā, because we have somā in locative, computers in the bag. So if we use that, it must match that noun, also locative, tajā, and we have an adjective, so it must have a definite ending. Zilajā somā. Tajā zilajā. Look at the endings. Ajā and ajā is the same. Mans draugs ir iemīlējies tajā sievietē. So my friend fell in love in, I don't know, in that lady, in that woman. He loves that woman. But in Latin, you say if you fell in love in a person, not sure, can you say that in English? But in Latvian, it's in, and therefore it's a locative. Iemīlējies sievietē, and tajā, in that. Tajā žurnālā ir interesants raksts. So in that magazine there is an interesting article. Tu labi izskaties tajās kurpēs. So you look good in those shoes. In those shoes. Yeah. So that's it. That's the cases. That's the summary of all the forms. Now, if you're more beginner, pay attention when you read the texts, when you read the posters, whatever you're reading, or you're listening, or you're reading the subtitles in the movie. Pay attention and start to recognize these little words. And then slowly start to use them as well. Also, I did add here she's and she. Yeah. So because the idea is exactly the same. So she's and she, if you don't know, is closer, but something was closer to you, like this and these. Yeah. Tas, tā is it and that and those. And she's and she is this and these. So some endings will match, some will be completely different, but the idea is absolutely the same. And if you want to see a different video about she's and she, let me know if this is clear, and you can just use the same sentences what you've seen in this video and replace tas or tā and tī and tās, yeah, with she's and she, and try to understand the sentences. So lasi stāstus un raksti savus stāstus. Read the stories and write your own. Tas ir skaists lietus mētelis. Raincoat. Tā skaistā lietusmēteļa krāsa ir izcila. Tam skaistajam lietusmētelim ir fantastisks dizains. Es to mīlu. Tajā skaistajā lietusmētelī es izskatos lieliski. Yeah, so a rough translation. That's a beautiful raincoat. The color of this beautiful raincoat is outstanding. Look at the krāsa, but lietusmēteļa genitive, definite genitive adjective, and genitive and demonstrative pronoun. Then dative, tam skaistajam lietusmētelim. So this beautiful raincoat has fantastic design. I love it. I love it. Yeah, but we have a tendency to use I eat love. Tajā, in that beautiful raincoat, I look great or fantastic. So, and look at the adjectives and the demonstrative pronoun. So, if you're more advanced student, you can learn a lot about definite adjectives here as well, I believe. Next. Tā ir Latviešu animācijas filma. Tās, look, yeah, I put in the brackets the nouns which we don't repeat. Yeah, it's absolutely fine to skip it because we know still talking about film. Tās režisors ir Gins Ilbalodis. Mēs ceram, ka tai drīz būs arī Oskars. Mēs ceram, bet tai ir. You see how long time ago I made this? Oh no, I have to correct it. So, of course, he got an Oscar, right? To izrāda kinoteātros visā pasaulē. And that's right. So it's been shown in the cinemas in whole world. Kaķis tajā ir galvenais varonis. So the main character is a cat in this movie. So in English you have to use that noun every time, but in Latvian you can skip it, yeah? So that's something new maybe. And tie, plural. Tie ir mani draugi. To mamma ir ļoti talantīga. Tiem ir jauna skaista māja. To viņi nopirka nesen. Tajā mājā es vēl neesmu bijusi. Yeah, those are my friends. Their mother is very talented. They have new beautiful house. They bought it recently. Look at the sentence order, it's very strange, right? They bought recently it for that. And no house mentioned, yeah, in the sentence. Tajā mājā, in that house, I haven't been yet. Tās ir manas jaunās kurpes. Vai tos dizains nav unikāls? Tām bija laba atlaide. Es tās vilkšu uz baletu Nāriņa. Es ceru, ka tajās žurnālisti mani pamanīs, un es nokļūšu uz žurnālu vākiem. Tad those are my new shoes. Isn't the design unique? They had a good discount. I will wear them to the ballet. Nāriņa. Marmit. Es ceru, ka tajā žurnālisti man pamanīs. I hope that journalists will notice me in those. And I will get on the cover of the magazine. So, you can look at any picture you can think of, or you can use the same pictures and create your stories. Your little stories, and using the demonstrative pronoun, and if you can also definite adjectives in correct form. Good luck. I hope you enjoyed this class and that you learned something new. Feel free to comment and send me some stories to check or to read, and I'll see you in the next video. I lost my video today. Sorry about that. Oops. Paldies par uzmanību. Visu labu!